There's an America you might not know. It's an America that is often hidden from the Hollywood glitz and stereotyped land of privilege where people have 2 cars, a nice house, kids in good schools, retirement packages, and good salaries. This hidden America includes 47 million people who don't have health insurance. It's where 37 million people, including 1 out of every 5 children, live in poverty. It's where poor kids go to failing schools with leaky buildings and used textbooks. It's where older people often choose between food, heat, or the prescription drugs they need to stay alive. And it's where many live paycheck to paycheck, often having to take at least 2 jobs to make ends meet.
By the time you get paid, you have so much bills that accumulate, and not only bills accumulate, but since I take medication, sometimes I'm out of medication, so I have to maybe sacrifice not getting enough gas to get back and forth to work so I can get my medication, in order to have that, because that is a must. So it's a struggle between, Peter and Paul. Sometimes I have to, steal from Peter to make sure Paul has. So it's hard. It's hard.
Alan White is a 41-year-old day porter who provides janitorial and maintenance services at 2 complexes in Charleston, South Carolina.
At the Farm Walk, I take care of a lot of things on the property, which is make sure that things stay clean, the elevators, the doors, the steps clean, everything. I try to make sure the fountains stay clean. I take care of another building, which is the Gateway Center, which is the main building, which is where the office is, where my boss work upstairs. And in that building, I basically take care of the restrooms, which we have like about 20 of them, and I handle that every day for about an hour, hour and a half to 2 hours every day, and make sure that's contained and make sure that's good, so everybody in the building can be comfortable, relax, and can actually sit down in a good environment.
White is thankful to be living with his mother in a home in Summerville, South Carolina, more than 30 miles from his job.
Living with my mom's is a blessing, because if I wasn't living with her, me and my daughter, it would have been real rough for me on my own at this point in time, raising a kid, and not making that type of money, and paying car note and other things, and you're raising a kid, and if anybody out there got a kid who's 16, they know it's not easy raising a 16-year-old, because they see everything and they want everything. So it's a constant struggle, but I get by.
White earns $9 an hour. After taxes and child support, he takes home about $220 a week.
I believe that we should have had at least sick leave or something like that, because people do get sick, and sometimes even when I'm feeling bad, I have to work because I can't afford a short paycheck. I need to have that money, all of it, I only get 1 week vacation, and normally I believe people get like 2 weeks, and I've been with this company like going on 11 years, and I figure after all that time I should have deserved at least 2 weeks vacation. Gas is like $3 a gallon, and it's hard because it's like 50, 60 bucks a week to travel back and forth to work, and that takes a lot out of, like I said, the other benefits you have. Like I'm the type of person that takes medication, and so you have to choose between sometimes your medication and the gas to get to work, and it's hard, man.
It's tough also for Iris Flores, a 36-year-old mother of 3 who drives a school bus full-time and has to work a second job to make ends meet.
My janitorial service side job, I normally do 3 days out of the week in the morning time in between my split shift, and sometimes 3 days out of the week in the evening time. At my school bus job, I make $10.89 an hour. At my janitorial job, I make $8 an hour. It's not enough money to pay the bills or have gas or buy the $5 worth of gallon of milk.
Like White, she gets few benefits.
I don't have sick days. I don't have vacation days. I really can't afford the health benefits. Well, they offer us some insurance, but the insurance is so high. By the time I pay for my family insurance benefit, I only will bring home a little over $120 a week. so I choose not to take their benefits.
Having no health insurance is particularly tough. Last year, she was out of work and unpaid for a month and a half.
I had to get my gallstones removed. I was saving pretty much 9 months for a brand new car, and I had to take that money to pay the surgeons. I got a little help with the hospital bill while I was staying inside the hospital, but I was out of work a month and a half, and I got no pay. I had a job still, but if I didn't save a pretty penny, I would have been doomed.
Having no sick days hurts too, particularly because drivers get the same colds and flus that kids on the bus have.
Just 2 months before school let out, I got what they call a viral upper respiratory infection, and had 101 temperature. Was trying to drive so I can possibly get a bonus, and I had to go to the hospital. It was $300 for the visit because they had to give me 2 shots, one for pain and one for penicillin. And I paid $300 for the visit and $75 for the extra antibiotic. Then they sent me to a throat and ear specialist. That was another $60. So we're talking about a good over $400 for that whole episode, and 2 days lost at work with no pay.
Flores doesn't feel the work environment is fair.
The system is definitely not equal, and I feel we're not equals because when it's time for promotion or a job, a certain route, it's not given to the person who's next in line.
Dolores McCoy has been a janitor in an office building for 36 years in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. For her first 14 years, she had a union job.
I had good health care. I had the best Blue Cross and Blue Shield.
Yeah.
And it was wonderful. And I only did 1 floor for 8 hours, and it was great.
But in 1986, the company that owned the building got rid of the union. It changed Dolores's life.
And we had no health care, we had nothing. A lot of our people lost homes. We had a couple people die, had to move back in with their families.
As a non-union worker, she earned only $81 a week and had to find other work.
I think back, when I sit down and think about it and talk about it, I don't even know how I made it them 18 months and to be as strong as I am today. I don't tell everybody, but I cleaned houses too.
Yeah.
I cleaned houses in the morning. I left here at 8 o'clock in the morning, and I worked till my 4 hours, and then I come home and I got ready.
Dolores got back a union job after an 18-month fight.
I make $513 a week. That's before everything's taken out, and I haven't had to pay no health care because I'm a single. But and you've got good contracts. I can't complain.
Today, Dolores is thankful for her union job.
Because you got protection on the job, you get health care, you get vacations, you get everything. You go to a non-union job, what are you going to work for $7, $8 an hour? You can't live on that. You'd have to work 2, 3 jobs.